Hi, this is Stacia, and I wanted to share yet another chess trap. This one comes from the Queen's Gambit and the Marshall Defense variation of that. So we're going to start with d4, d5, c4. This is called the Queen's Gambit. Black plays knight f6. So not the most common line, but you will see it very commonly at like the 1200 level and below. Here in this position, we take. And now in the last chess trap video, I showed what happens if black takes with the knight, because there is a glorious queen sacrifice line that is completely winning for us. And it's really fun to play. If you haven't seen that video, I will put a link in the description below so you could do that. But now we're going to look at what happens if black takes with the queen. So for that reason, I do consider this to be sort of a sister trap to the other one. And it's just something I fell upon when I was analyzing a game. And then it's come up several times since then, so must be a pretty valid trap. Okay, so queen takes d5. We're going to play the very natural move knight c3, attacking the queen. Now, black will sometimes just go back to d8, and in that case, be happy because your position's pretty good. But if they go to a5, this is still the trap line. So queen a5, pinning the knight to our king. Now we're going to break the pin with the move bishop d2. And now we're x-raying the queen. And now, a lot of times black certainly doesn't have to play this way. But this is a very common move, queen b6. And it looks good on the surface because it's hitting the d pawn and it's hitting our b pawn, both of which are undefended. So this is a fork. Now, I used to do silly things like b3 and just drop my d pawn. That is not recommended. Instead, a great move here is the move e3. This looks really simple, but it's a powerful move. What we're doing is defending the d pawn because that was hanging. We're opening up our light square bishop. And we're offering up the sacrifice of the b pawn. So a lot of times black will take this. In fact, if they play queen b6, they're probably intending to take. But this is very, very scary. And black gets their hands stuck in the cookie jar because they're already lost in this position. So, okay, rook b1. And I just want to note, look how tidy this little construction is. Like the black queen is in the middle of our position, but everything's defended very nicely. The rook and the queen are communicating. Our bishop's heavily defended. The knight's defended by the bishop. And our light square bishop is controlling a lot of squares. And so is our queen for that matter. So this is just a very, very nice little position here. And in fact, the queen really has only one move, and that's the move queen a6. The computer is recommending queen b6, and we would play rook takes queen. So that goes to tell you how good black's position is. Not very good. All right, so they play here. And now I love this move. And this is probably the key move to remember. It's the move knight b5. Yeah, it doesn't look all that sneaky until you realize that the queen would love to come to d5 here. But knight b5 stops that. Hits the c7 square. Attacks the queen directly. It's just killer. And in fact, with the way the queen and the bishops are, like this, and even queen a6 doesn't work. So, I mean, queen a6 looks like it's open, but no, there's this discovery. So I'll just show you real quick. This would lose the queen instantly. So, okay. Knight b5. So queen takes a2 is pretty much forced. And from here, we're going to take on c7 with check. King comes over. Now we take the rook. And this is a full rook. In a lot of lines, you can keep your knight. And we have better development, and the computer is saying +6 for white. So that's just pretty much winning. And a lot of people will even resign at this point. So I hope you like this video. I can go through it quickly one last time. So this comes from the Queen's Gambit, Martial Defense. Take the pawn here, and in fact that is the best move in that position. And in the trap line, black takes the pawn. Tempo move, knight c3, queen a5, bishop d2, x-raying the queen. And now this move looks pretty good, attacking the d and the b pawn. But now we play the powerful move e3. And now the trap is set. If black takes the bait, we play rook b1. And look at this horrible net the queen's trapped in. This is the only move to save the queen. But now, knight b5. And knight b5 is just crushing. And yeah, they can even take another pawn, but we get this. And white is winning. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to also link to the previous video below in the description if you'd like to check out the other sister trap line in the Queen's Gambit Martial Defense. And please like the video, subscribe, and comment. I love to get comments. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.